Hello, what is up guys, and welcome back. In this video we are gonna be looking at taking the base mesh and adding detail alphas on top of it. In ZBrush we are gonna add lips and skin alphas. Well, for the lip, I think I'm just gonna carve in with damn standard and a few other brushes. But for the skin, I have this alpha texture brush pack that I downloaded for free. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you guys, and you can get the same brush for free as well. It's pretty handy. It tells you where you're supposed to use it on the face, but I'd still recommend that you experiment a bit with the different brushes and see what suits you guys. So starting off in ZBrush, I am just once again making a default sphere. I'm gonna change this material to madcap gray, then import the base mesh. This time we are importing it as an FBX file. Like how I mentioned in the previous video tutorials, that FBX files give you this option where you can bring materials as separate subtools. So we are going to do that because my machine isn't really that powerful. It can't read all the polygons if I bring them in like face and body included, because we have to subdivide that and the polygon count is going to go up really high, which is why we just turn on this button and import. So you can see that it's been divided into different subtools. Now one thing I need you guys to understand is that when you do this, you need to make sure you give supporting edge loops, because when you subdivide, what it's gonna do is it's gonna create gaps, and we don't need those gaps. If you have those gaps and you try to bake this inside of Substance, what it's gonna do is it's gonna blacken that area out. It's gonna look horrendous in your normal map. So what we do is we go to Z modeler and we select the whole edge loop and just give those supporting edges on both sides. It's better if you give them like 2, and if you give them like in really close to the corners, and make sure you get everything like behind the ears and stuff like that. So without further ado, I'm just gonna show you how it's done. So please follow along, and wherever there's need for me to explain anything, I'll explain that. So let's get into it. So from the side here, the side view, you can already see that there are some edge problems that are happening which will create gaps, and that is what I was warning you guys about. So this could be for two reasons. One is that we missed a loop and we are gonna have to go back into our low resolution, add that and come back up, or alternatively we could just undo and go back, but we've done a lot of that, so a lot of edge loops, so all of those would be removed. What we're gonna do is go back into low resolution and just fix that portion over here. I think I'm missing a few edge loops here, so just gonna bring this close once more and fill in those missing edge loops, just so I know that how the gaps are behaving. Make sure that you have like least amount of gaps possible. There still might be some coming through, but if there's like a really small difference, then it's not gonna be noticeable. So yeah, let's continue. And as you go along, make sure that you smooth out any hardened edges that might happen across the face, because you can see that it's been happening for me. The edge loop kind of runs from her face and the forehead is kind of showing a lot of hardened edges, so we just smooth that out. We do this so that the software isn't actually intelligent enough to know it's not supposed to bake those. It will bake those if it's there, so just be sure to get rid of them. Okay, so now that we have done all of that, what we're gonna do next is open up the brush pack that I told you guys about, and by default it should be somewhere in your lightbox if you installed it the proper way. There's a lot of videos about installation, so you can see those. I did that the same way. Now this brush pack has areas in the picture where it's showing you where you're supposed to apply those. If you want, you can experiment with them, see which one does what. So here I'm showing you how the alpha can be applied. And then you make sure that the intensity isn't like super high, or you're gonna just cut into your skin. You're not looking to do that. You're looking to make small indentations and pores. Alternatively, if you do actually cut in too much, be sure to just hit the smooth key on top of that and it'll look more natural. So I do recommend that you experiment with this though. It's super fun and super easy. Oh, one more thing I want to point out is that you can press the Alt key, and when you hit Alt and drag, it's gonna invert your brush, and you can even pull surfaces out of your skin.